All right, we'll get started here. So we completed out our A, and now we have to complete out our R and our T, and it kind of gets easier and easier as we go, okay? So we should have our R already blocked out. If you don't, for any reason, just get that blocked out really quickly right now so that you can follow along, okay? So remember that you start off with your original letter that's in the middle, and then you erase, you block out, and then you erase that in there. Draw this. Do a block out R to catch up. You just need to start where we're starting today, and then you're going to have to catch up on your own time. Okay. So remember that we start off just nice, simple, and slow so that we just go one at a time. So I'm just going to kind of draw a line, and then I pause, and then I draw a line, and I pause to try and keep everybody on the same page. I use my block letter as a basis for when I manipulate out, okay? So I'm going to start on the left-hand bottom part of the R here, and I'm just going to go a little bit out of time to manipulate it out, okay? So I'm going to start here on this corner because the R, the side of it gets slanted. So I'm going to be kind of redrawing the back of the R, and I'm getting that really slanted, a bit more than I want. So I'm going to recorrect here, and I'm going to not slant it as much. I'm going to go more of this route, and once I touch the side of my A there, I'm going to stop. Yeah, I wanted you to follow this, but. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of elongate out this curve, and I'm going to kind of ovalish it out. So I'm going to start here where I stopped on the A line, and then I'm going to pull it all the way up, and I'm going to have it touch the kind of box guideline there, and I'm going to end up coming back and meeting my original block R. So I'm going to start here like this, and then I'm going to come back in, and I meet my original block R right there. Okay? You're not following directions. Okay. All right, so now if we take a look at, if you look here, okay, we are just going to go straight out horizontal, and then we come down into a bottom, like a to the left diagonal. So here we go. I'm going to start with the first line. So just straight out horizontal. Should be following along. Just draw the lines that I'm drawing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so right here, Trenton. This one, start here. All right, I'm going to move on, and then I'll kind of keep helping you catch up. Okay, so now I'm going to curve out this line a little bit, and I'm going to angle it towards the left. And I'll stop when I hit the base, like the bottom of the leg on that R. Okay, so I've went from here up and around, connected back in with my original block letter, went straight out, curved, and kind of did a downward to the left diagonal. Okay, so then what I've got going on is I need to kind of emphasize out this bottom right-hand part of the R. So I'm going to have it kind of jut out a little bit, like a downward, oops, let me fix that up, like pointing to the right, diagonal. I'm going to move my paper up here. You can see it a little better. See that better, guys? Okay, so I went here, Then I'm going to do a diagonal that points down and to the left. Just like that. And then I'm going to draw another diagonal that goes to the upper left. And I'm just going to stop it for right there. So you're almost kind of making like a little foot almost for it. Okay. So then my next step is I need to match this angle so I finish out that leg. I'm going to do that like that. How's my speed, guys? Am I going too slow, too fast, just right? Just right? I'm going a little slow or just right for some people? Okay. I can pick it up just a little bit. Now, this middle part, it's technically kind of like a triangle, so it's real easy to do because we're just mimicking this top part. So we're going to go here. So you got it straight across. And then technically, and I'm going to shorten that up a little bit. And then technically, this part of the R overlaps this leg. So I'm going to start by drawing and kind of curving it out a little bit. And I'm drawing over the top of the other leg. And I'm not actually going to go down that far. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Let's see where I'm at. Back it up. It's kind of right there. And then the base of this leg goes in the opposite direction of this one. So instead of diagonal up and to the left, it's down and to the left. Okay. And so I've basically got it, and now I'm going to go through and I'm going to erase my original block lettering. Okay, so then I can make more sense of it. So I'm erasing out the original block lettering. Oops, and I started to erase out, I erased out the wrong part. I want this leg to overlap this one, so I need to erase that out. Okay, so have it going over like that. And then I need to modify this shape out, and I'm just going to make it kind of like an upside down teardrop. You don't have this on your worksheet, so let me give you this one so you can look off of that. We're basically just copying that there. Okay, will that help a little bit? You're kind of copying what you see there. All right, now we need to add in 3-dimension, and for the R, it's a little simpler than the A, and I'm going to come back and address this after a little while, okay? So let's just go ahead and start off the left-hand side of the R. So we've got a diagonal here and a diagonal here. And then let's just go ahead and close that up. And there, then I can kind of fix the A a little bit. And I need to reposition this one just a touch. Hold on. Okay. Then I've got another part here. I need to, here's the other corner that I'm going to come off of for 3-dimensionality. Gives you the base of the R there. This one here is real easy. Just going to close it off like that. Kind of like an L shape. I got it really bold so you can see it. Here in the middle, it's real easy. Let's see, we'll have just a little bit of a line here. Then we'll close that off by, let's Let's see. How do I want to do that? Oh, sorry. Let's see. Is that the right? That's the wrong side. It's the wrong corner, guys. Sorry about that. It's this one here. Okay. Then we close that off with a straight diagonal and then, or straight horizontal. And then we mimic this line angle. Okay. Melody, wait. Okay, then the middle, I'm going to get that away from being too sketchy. And then you just mimic that kind of teardrop shape again. And that's it. All right. Okay, everybody good? Pace still a little too slow? Speed up a bit? Okay. All right, well, here we go. So technically I drew a capital T, but in the worksheet, it's more of a lowercase t. So I'm going to go ahead and redraw that here at the beginning. So Trenton, here you go. Here's from beginning to end, how you do these letters. Okay, so I'm going to redraw this letter out to match this one a bit better, so it's a lowercase t. So something like that. Now I'm going to go and block it out. Okay, and let's see. I'm going to reposition this just a touch. That in here. This goes here. All right, so now I'm going to block it out. So I'm just going all the way around, just real quickly. I'm going to end up going out of my box because I didn't measure very well. Oop, need that to come up here. There we go. So block that out. Now I erase out the inner T. And I'm going to go ahead and erase out that part of the R where the T is overlapping. Now I'm going to start to manipulate. Okay, and I'm going to work through it a bit faster. All right, so I can go ahead and keep this base or this line here from my original block drawing. So right there. Then I'm going to go over to the left on that one. So I just kind of stayed with my original blocked out drawing. Now I'm going to get a diagonal going to the upper left, and I'll pause for a second. Some of you I'm moving at that's a fine speed, some of you that's too fast. Okay, I'm going to curve it out just a touch. Just follow what I already had done for my original block. Bring that up here, kind of pretty much straight vertical line. I want to angle it going down to the bottom right-hand corner. I end up kind of touching that other corner that I made with my original block letter. Bring that straight up and down. Straight across horizontal. To the downwards left diagonal. Kind of put this up there. Let that kind of curve in just a touch, or angle in just a touch. I can go ahead and pretty much follow my original block letter, and then I finish it out by downward to the bottom left diagonal line. Okay, now I'm going in and erasing all of my original. And then the 3D is pretty simple on this one. Okay, so 3D, gonna start at the top left-hand corner. So I've got one there, one here, one here, one here in this inner corner, one here, one here, and my last one there. Now I just go and close everything off. So Got that one. I just mimic this line, its neighbor. Then I close that one off. This one matches this line, so pretty much straight across. You might have to adjust. Okay, here, straight up and down. I need to kind of correct my angles here a little bit. So I'm going to fix that up just a touch. Bring that down more. Have that match better. Close that one off. And then to close this one, match this angle. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so we're done. A lot of you have been done. Good job. Thank you for being patient if you are already finished. I get it that some of you are really, really skilled and that you can breeze through this. So I kind of have to slow down my pace for other people who are just starting it. So I do appreciate that. Now, let me tell you how you're going to finish this bottom part out. You're going to practice with starting with your first name, okay? So for me, so you do this, you can go ahead and designate what letters are going to go in each box. Okay, so start with your first name, and everybody can do that right now.
Use your middle name.
Your middle, that's fine.
Nickname.
Nickname's fine.
Can you do your last name?
Okay, yeah. That's fine. Whatever name you would like to choose. Nickname is going to depend, as long as it's appropriate. So, now what you guys are going to do, in a second, let me show you something real quick. So, check out this slide. When we go through our graffiti steps, this is following the same thing where we did our line and then we blocked it out. They kind of had an extra step in there. How is their step-by-step different than our step-by-step?
It doesn't look like natural letters like normally you do how you write your letters, but this one is kind of different.
Yeah, so like they already at the very beginning manipulated their letters. And so you guys can do that too, and that's what I encourage on this next part. So start your manipulation at the very beginning, and I'm going to show you what I want on the bottom part of this worksheet. So don't start yet because I'm going to be specific. So those of you that are working ahead, quit.
So don't write in the boxes?
Not yet. No. I did not give you directions to do so. I'm trying to give you directions on how I want you to complete it. Okay? You guys got to follow directions. Those of you that know how to do this and you're great at it, that's awesome. But you also have to be confident in following directions as well. Okay? So kind of have to balance between the two, working quickly and then also knowing what you're needing to do. Because if you work too ahead of me, then you miss the directions and then you do it wrong. Well, the process wrong. Okay? So here's an example of how someone blocked out their name and they really started to get some interesting stuff going on. It's still fairly readable. It gets pretty confusing in here. But they blocked it out and they also added extra elements to it, like arrows and triangles, and they added these extra lines. So the way they did this is I'm sure they went in with their first step, they blocked it out, and then just because their blocking here is pretty interactive, and it's already pretty manipulated, then all they need to do is go in and put 3D. In their 3D, they ended up using color, which ours will look like that too, okay? So what you're going to do to finish out the last part of this worksheet is you're going to go into Canvas. You're going to go into Art Foundations, and let me give you all your directions and then you can start working your way there. I'll go into Modules. If you haven't been on here yet, this is what it looks like. Okay, we're in unit number 3. Okay, so for this, you're going to go to Defont Link. I'm going to click on that, and you're going to open it up in a new window, and bam, look at that. Okay, you're going to come in here, and you're going to, you can keep it on 20 fonts, but I'd rather, instead of having to go from page to page to page, I'm just going to hit 100. And then I'm going to go ahead and select large. Some of you may need to change that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just type my name in right here. Okay, then I'm going to hit submit. Now what it has done is it has embedded my name into all of the text ideas that they have. Okay, however, there's an additional step to this. So per letter, you need to give me a different design, a different type of text. And see a dripping marker, that is the title of this text. So you have to provide me the title, and each letter has to be different. If you also have to show 3-dimensionality too. So if you do this, great, but then you have to go in and figure out how to make this all 3-dimensional, including the drips, which they end up looking pretty cool when you do that, okay? If you want to stick with fonts that show 3-dimension like this only, that's fine. This does not work because it's just a bold outline all the way around. You have to show dimension.